Hi team, we run Coach Alexa here, online coach and coach for Reading and South Oxfordshire. I've done a video before, a while back I think, about sleep. Sleep is magical and it really helps us with our physical recovery as runners, and also with a bit of a clean-up exercise in our brain, our digestive system, a huge other number of, well, pretty much all of our body, all parts of our body benefit from the processes that kick in when we're sleeping. So massively important. But it's worth mentioning there is one other way that we can tap into some of the physical recovery benefits of sleep without being asleep. So it's a little bit difficult to define, but it's what they sometimes refer to in the research as sort of restful inactive time. So this is effectively where you're not moving, you're physically inactive, so you might be lying down, sat down, quite nice and physically inactive and relaxed, but you also need to be mentally in a relaxed state. And this can put you in a state where you get almost as much of the physical recovery benefits per hour as you do when you're sleeping. So say that you've had a fairly tough speed session earlier in the day, spending half an hour or a bit longer if you can, physically inactive, so sitting down, lying down, not moving around, and doing something relaxing and restful with your brain will really help with that recovery. Maybe, the afternoon after a long run. If you're not the sort of person who can nap, then scheduling in an hour of this calming rest time. Now, what defines what is kind of relaxing for your brain and puts your brain in that sort of restful, peaceful, calm state varies with different people. For me, it might be reading, it might be cross stitch, it might be listening to some music, it might be watching one of my favourite murder mystery programmes, probably one I've seen before. I like a bit of comfort television like that. So have a little bit of a think about how we can get this physically inactive but mentally calm rest time into our days. It's wonderfully useful for helping our recovery from sports, from running, and I think it's also really useful for our brains as well, just to get a bit of time where they're not doing stuff. I don't know about you, but my brain is always finding something to do. I find it really quite hard to allow myself to sit down and do nothing, in inverted commas. I always have a to-do list and I like getting through things on it. But actually, from our body's point of view, what seems like doing nothing can be hugely beneficial for our bodies and for our brains. So I think as a society, we just don't prioritise this stuff, do we? If we're not earning money, if we're not doing stuff, if we're not being productive, whatever that means, then it's a waste of time. And actually, couldn't really be further from the truth, really. Our bodies and our brains really like having some downtime where they get to recover, reorganise and catch up with ourselves a little bit. So there you go. See if you can factor a little bit of that into each day, maybe, but definitely use it, time it so that it benefits your running recovery, and that way you'll get more out of your training. Happy running.